Okay, we are looking at our final Algebra 1 assignment. This one is called the date. It is looking with something called systems of equations. I am going to walk you all the way through date 1, and I'm going to let you come up with how to solve dates 2 and dates 3. First thing we are looking for is the answer to the question, what is the name of the style of equation that is graphable? The formula we're looking for is y equals mx plus b. That is not the answer. We want to know what is the name of y equals mx plus b. And if you're not sure, Google it. And once you have Googled it, that is your answer to number 1 for this one, for date number 2, and for date number 3. So same answer, 3 different pages of the worksheet. So in fact, let's just go plug that in. It's y equals mx plus b. Again, not your answer, but the formula that you need to figure out the name of. You are going to use that y equals mx plus b for all 3 pages. So we are going to look here, and we are going to look at Billy and Sally, and we're going to find out where do they meet up for a date. So your graph is sort of going to be like a map, and it's going to show you the location where they meet for their date. So we're going to do Billy and Sally in 2 different colors. I'll do Sally in pink and Billy in green or blue. I don't know, something like that. We're going to take this equation right here, 2x plus y equals 6. You've got to rearrange it and get it into y equals mx plus b formula. So Sally is currently 2x plus y equals 6. If I look over here, I want my y by itself. So I've got to move that positive 2x. So if I subtract 2x to do the opposite, I have to also do that to the other side of the equal sign. Those guys will cancel out. I am left with y by itself. That's what I want. However, the 2x and the 6 are not like terms, so your answer is not 4, nor is it 4x. It is negative 2x plus 6. That works out really well because that looks like y equals mx plus b. Now we can graph Sally. So if you come up here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My 6 is kind of off the grid right there. Your slope, remember, is your up and down movement. I'm going to put that over here, over your left and right movement. So this tells me that I'm going to go up -2, or I'm going to go down 1, 2, and over 1. Down 2, over 1, down 2, over 1. I'm going to keep doing this for a little bit. And then I'm going to take in my handy ruler because I can, and you should as well if you have access to one or something that will give you a relatively straight edge, and connect your dots. This is Sally's day. So we're going to see where in her day does Sally interact or intersect with Billy. Sorry, had a little bit of a preschool interruption. So then we're going to bring Billy and we're going to bring him down here and we're going to get him into y equals mx plus b as well. So you've got 2x minus y equals -2. Same thing, we want to get y by itself. So you have to move your 2x, which is positive. The opposite is to subtract. So those cancel out. Now I have negative y equals -2x plus 2, I'm sorry, minus 2. I apologize. I know it's kind of hard to read inside the graph, so I'm going to shift this over and I'm going to come down here with it. So we have negative y equals -2x minus 2. Your y is not alone. It's not seen, but we have a -1 right there. We have to get rid of that -1 because y has to be completely by itself. So those guys cancel. Now y is equal to double negative, that's a positive 2x, double negative, that's a positive 2. So we come in here, we start at 2 on the y-axis, which is right there. This guy, unlike Sally, is a positive 2 over 1. So you're going to go up 2 over 1. Can't go up anymore on my graph, so I'm going to go back 2, or down 2, back 1, excuse me. Down 2, back 1, down 2, back 1. Pull that ruler back. Again, if you're doing this on paper, you will want to find a straight edge. If you are doing it on Desmos, it will give you a nice, pretty straight edge all by yourself. Okay, So there we are. We have Billy and Sally. They both have been going about their day, and then they meet at this location. You can decide where their date will be. I said they were going to Dairy Queen because ice cream sounds incredibly good to me. So your answer, though, is what is the coordinates of, let's say, Dairy Queen. Dairy Queen is located at 1, 2, 3, 4. So it is located at 1, 4. That is where their date takes place. Now, as you move in to dates 2 and dates 3, you will find that you are going to get a different answer. You will not get an ordered pair here. You will also not get an ordered pair down here. You are going to follow the exact same steps to solve Sally and Billy for Y. They should look like this when you are ready to graph them. If you are struggling to graph them, please use Desmos. Make sure that you are putting in number 2, Sally, in a y equals mx plus b formula, meaning that you are going to subtract 2x, and then you are going to have to divide by a -1. Over here, you're going to subtract 8x and divide by a -4. It is the exact same steps that I outlined in number 1. It is just different numbers. So if you're struggling with the algebra of that, please go along and follow those steps. As you get to date number 3, I am going to solve Sally for you right now because y'all panic when you get to fractions. So let's bring Sally down here at, not an eraser, hold on. Let's bring Sally down here at 4x plus 3y equals 12, and let's solve her. Again, she needs to look like this in the end, so we want to get our y by ourselves. To move a positive 4x, you have to subtract from both sides. Those cancel out. Now you have 3y equals -4x plus 12. You do not have 8x, you do not have -8x, and you do not have 8 or -8. The 12 and the 4 are not like terms. To get my y by itself, divide by 3, divide by 3, divide by 3. Those guys will cancel. So Sally's finished equation is -4/3 x. Leave that fraction be. It is okay. Plus 4. You will also get a fraction for Billy. That is okay, because remember that slope as a fraction is very easy to graph. That tells me I'm going to go down 4 and right 3. From her starting point on the y-axis, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. So what does this tell me I'm going to do? I'm going to move down 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and over 3. Now, I could go down 4 more, 1, 2, 3, 4, but I am not able to go over 3. My graph is off of the paper. That's okay. You still want to put your line in for Sally and use a straight edge so that you can extend it as far as possible. Draw that in, and there you go. There is Sally for date number 3. You're going to repeat the exact same steps that I just did with Sally using Billy's equation and get Billy's graph on there. You can then see where do Billy and Sally meet. Again, this answer will not be an ordered pair. Your answer, Your answer for number 2 will also not be an ordered pair. These are special situations in graphing, systems of equations, and you'll find that what we're looking for here is that there are 3 different solutions to systems of equations. They can meet at 1 point, they can meet at infinitely many points, or they can meet never. Which is probably a bad sign for Billy and Sally's relationship. So any questions on this, come find me. I will be happy to help.